Hey, what's up, world, and welcome to another CMJ World Vlogs. I am August C. Jones, and today we're not going to talk about anything new, but I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the whole James Gunn DC thing and everything about it. So I'm not going to get deep in depth into it. I'm just really going to give my thoughts because when it first came out of him, of like Warner Brothers taking him on and making him and Peter Safran the heads of DC Studios, and then the announcement came out. It's like I didn't jump on it and give my thoughts. So I just thought, like, what other better time than to do it than now? I might as well go ahead and give my thoughts. So here are my thoughts. I'm behind James Gunn. Pause. I'm behind everything that he's doing. Even though I kind of have my worries, not really worries, but it's kind of like one of those things where I was on board, I was excited, I wonder what he has in store. And when it comes to it, when the slate got released, at least the first part, because I think he said it's still more movies that's a part of chapter 1, and it was just kind of underwhelming to me. I mean, because I'm not a heavy comic book reader. I mean, honestly, I'm not a comic book reader at all, but I am familiar with a lot of characters and everything else. And so I'm not downing the fact that he's like bringing light to characters that a lot of people don't really know. I've never heard of Creature Commando. I've never heard of the Authority. I've never heard of those characters beforehand. And so it's kind of like the Authority seems interesting. So I'm kind of like curious to see how that's going to come to fruition, how it's going to come to live action. But I'm not down in that, because when you look at the MCU is based off of a lot of not known characters to least known characters. Iron Man, least known. Captain America, a little well known, but he wasn't as popular as like a Spider-Man, X-Men. Thor, same way. He was known, of course, in like just regular mythology, in the world or whatnot. But as far as the Marvel version of Thor, not really known too much. Guardians of the Galaxy, another a James Gunn property that a lot of people didn't know about, ended up being one of the best franchises that's a part of MCU. Doctor Strange, and it's countless others. Captain Marvel, and you can just keep going with a lot of characters are brought in the MCU. Now, whether you can just point out the fact that, like, oh, that's because they didn't have the rights to Spider-Man, X-Men, and these other well-known characters, which is, true. It's damn true. But at the same time, they still took these characters, brought them out, and literally made movies and made them successful. So I can't look at what James Gunn is doing with the Authority and Creature Commando, and I want to say maybe it was another character that but in any case, that a lot of people never heard of or don't know that much about. I don't look at it as that. It's just the combination of everything. Like, we were expecting a Superman, a Batman film, but then he throws Supergirl up in there. It's like, that's an odd choice. Where's Wonder Woman? You got a show that's revolving around Themyscira, like before she was born. But it's like, where's a Wonder Woman movie? Okay, you got Swamp Thing. Have nothing about that. But like I said, Creature Commando and the Authority. Creature Commando is a TV show, a cartoon TV show. Okay, let's see what it's about. But then he mentioned Waller, and it's like, what? Like, out of all the properties that you could bring to the forefront or to start off your whole new thing, you make a show about Waller. Now, don't get me wrong, written correctly, written good and done great. It could be something like just, I'll throw all our doubts out the window. But essentially, that's not something that I don't think anybody would look at and be like, we need to make something out of that. Either a movie or a show. We need to make something out of that. That's just not something that I'm looking at like, okay. It left me scratching my head. We got lanterns. which is cool because like they're part of the Justice League, whatever. And I'm not saying that they have to go the route of Marvel where they have to have a Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Cyborg, Flash, Aquaman movie, whatever, before you get a team up. But it's just the combination of like what was mentioned. You know, it was just weird. Like, I don't know. It's just it's so weird. And that's when I heard the announcement, it lowered my enthusiasm for what he's like not capable of, but what he's doing. I'm not people that saying that like this sounds stupid, blah blah and all that. I'm waiting to see what he's gonna do, because we can throw our arms up and be like, oh, he's gonna mess it up, and all this stuff, and then we end up seeing the movies, and one by one they're getting knocked out the park. We see these shows one by one getting knocked out the park, you know, and it's like I'm with it until we start seeing that, yeah, maybe this was a bad idea. But I feel like he's something that the DC has needed for a while. Like, everybody could, like, the fans, anybody could look at him and be like, yo, you may not want to be like Marvel in every sense, but Disney and Marvel has something that the DC didn't have, and that's that one person that's steering, that's controlling traffic. And that's Kevin Feige, the person that's having all this chaotic traffic. Instead of all these cars running into each other, and all this stuff, all these accidents, he's there conducting. You go, and then he'll stop them. Hey, you go. He's the person that's doing that. DC didn't have that. DC had a little control over it, but not enough to really kind of like devise a clear path into making, you know, great films and a great interwoven story line throughout all the films and everything else. And this is what DC needs. And I feel like James Gunn is that person to do it. Not just kind of like, I guess you could say some of it's based off of the movies that he's done. The Suicide Squad movie that he's done for them, Peacemaker show, Guardians of the Galaxy, and everything else, that you can look like he has, you know, ideas that, you know, he can do this. But also just the fact that Kevin Feige, at one point before Disney got rid of him for the old tweets, Kevin Feige brought him on to construct the cosmic side of Marvel, just as a person that he, you know, can give him help. Because let's be real, Kevin Feige needs help. He needs help, especially with the multiples of things that's coming out. And we've seen it played out that, you know, yeah, Kevin Feige needs help. That's why they're slowing it down, because it's like, oh, whoa, Nelly, because it's going too fast. But and I feel like that's why it's smart to put two people in the forefront. Like, you, instead of just having one person, we're going to do you one better. We're going to give you two people that's going to construct this connective universe and, you know, lead DC on the path of making great films like Marvel is doing. Love them or hate them, Marvel is successful. And that's what they want. They want, you know, these characters to be successful. They have characters that are potentially billion-dollar characters in Superman and Batman and the Justice League. I mean, any other characters. Like, you can't count away Wonder Woman. You can't count away The Flash. As we see, it look like with all the hype, it look like that movie gonna generate over $1 billion. You can't literally count Flash out. You can't count Aquaman, in which I think a lot of people did. And that last movie, the first Aquaman movie, made $1 billion. So it's like you need somebody that's going to be able to have a vision and be able to know how to direct, like, movies, storytellers in a clear path to victory. And that's really what they need. And I could say the only thing that I'm having issue with is the fact that it's like he's the picking and choosing. Like, in theory, because I heard it before he even got announced as the head of DC Studios, or one of the heads of DC Studios, I was thinking, like, they really need a soft reboot. And since we all know the semblance of the story of Flashpoint, that is a literally that's a door for us to walk through to change stuff to where we need it. And like, you know, when it comes to like just Flashpoint, you definitely can use that as a soft starting point to where you can make things the same but a bit different, just kind of like how it is regularly. And I'm like, that would be a good starting off point. But now that I'm starting to see what's being done when it comes to it, I'm kind of having second thoughts, because it's like when he made the announcement, James Gunn, he didn't specifically say that certain people were going to stay. He did say that certain people were going to stay, but he didn't specify for other people. We already know that Ben Affleck is out. He just don't even want to do it. We already know that Henry Cavill is out. I guess he wants to have another Superman by, you know, his vision, which is cool. Like I thought that was kind of a bad idea, but hey, if he wants to do it, let him do it, whatever. But then it's still up in the air whether or not Ezra Miller is going to be Flash. Now, like Flash continuing on. Now, I'm not going to speak too much in it because I've already made a video. Go check it out. It's going I'm probably put it at the end of like this video, or it's going to be in the description. But I've already made a video discussing why I feel like Ezra Miller should be dropped from Flash. He should not continue on as Flash. But he's still up in the air. Now, whether or not they're going to do it, but they're just waiting until the movie drops to kind of deliver us the news, we don't know. But essentially, he's up in the air. Gal Gadot is up in the air. Jason Momoa, I'm pretty sure. They haven't came out and said it. We don't know if he's going to continue to play Aquaman, but we kind of figured that he's going to play Lobo. So without 100% certainty, he's going to continue on, but he's going to be Lobo. Amanda Waller is going, well, you know, Viola Davis is going to continue on, and John Cena is going to continue on. And certain people that's from like the, you know, Suicide Squad, Margot Robbie still is going to continue on as Harley Quinn. And it's like, it's cool. But it's kind of like weird because he is keeping certain people just really kind of due to the fact of the movie that he created, Suicide Squad, and he doesn't want to make that go in vain, which I get that, but I don't know, like, just looking at everything that he's doing and that, you know, he's putting into play, I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe he should have started fresh. Cleaned the whole slate, got rid of all the actors, even the actors that, you know, were a part of his Suicide Squad, John Cena, and all of them, just wiped it clean and went forward with everything being brand new. But it just comes to when I look at, like, all the way he's doing, it's kind of, I don't know, like, I just feel like a fresh, clean slate would have been the best thing. Would have just completely been the best thing. And it kind of sucks because I did enjoy John Cena as Peacemaker. I did enjoy the show. I enjoyed, you know, Suicide Squad, and, you know, it's certain things, there's a lot of things about the DCEU that I did like, that I do like, you know, that I feel like could have been translated well, but I'm trying to take my biases out of it. I'm not about to be like, oh, just because he didn't bring Henry Cavill over and use him as the Superman for his DCU, that, oh, it sucks. Like, no. Let's see who he picks for his Superman. Let's see how the Superman movie is. And, you know, and I'm adding both of those together because people might look at the actor and be like, oh, the actor, oh, all this stuff ain't got everything to say. But then once you see the movie, it's like, okay, yeah, okay, I'm down with it. You know, and it's countless people that you can point out and be like, this is how people reacted to him before, and this is how people reacted to him after. One of the most famous ones is of Heath Ledger for Joker, and right now that's one of like the best Jokers that people have in their arsenal when they talk about the best, you know, actors playing certain roles. You know, they praise him. even though a lot of people did not want him to do that, because films that he's did before wasn't saying like this is our Joker. You know, he started in Brokeback Mountain. I know a lot of people, feel, ways about that. And then they're like, oh, you taking that guy that did, what was it, 10 Things I Hate About You? I think that was the movie that he was in, doing teen comedies. And what was the other one? The First Night. And then he did Brokeback Mountain. So it's like, why y'all bringing this guy in? So it's kind of like one of those things, but I don't know. Like, I'm just going to wait and see what he has in store. But I really feel like he should have just started clean with a clean slate. This is the last Shazam movie with, what's his name? Zachary Levi. Of course, we ain't gonna get no more Black Adam. Like, that's dead and done. That whole situation was just shit. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel, like I said, I'm willing to give him a chance. See what he has in store. See what he's going to keep and what he's not. Other elements. I mean, we already know that certain characters he's going to keep and what's going to actually change and what's going to be extremely different. So I'm down for it, but I'm not overly enthused about it. But I don't know, maybe after seeing the first trailer for Superman, I might end up getting more excited again. And then as we keep going further, my excitement might get a little bit more better. So I don't know, we'll see. But in any case, that has been my thoughts on James Gunn's DCU and the future of it. And I'd like to thank you guys, if you made it this far, for joining me, supporting me, and all of that, as I'm trying to grow my channel and I'm trying to figure out certain things I'm trying to do. And if you've made it this far, go ahead, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not, hit that notification bell for more videos like this, and I will catch you guys on the next one. So peace out, stay safe, and yeah, bye.